Right, there's no on loose lines tonight, so I thought I'd do something a little bit different. This will be a bit recorded. We'll go up at the same time, but we're in sunny Ballarat. Mark Barton, almost forgot his name. I was going to call him someone else and got myself into trouble, and I'm going to just stop that altogether. I was going to call you Mark Thompson. You know why? Because it's guaranteed. Oh. So I have random stuff in my head, and that was like, yeah.
I was thinking Mark Thompson, the football coach.
You know who Mark Thompson works for?
No.
Elders. So it would have got me in the real good books, that would have.
Yeah, good on you.
Right. No Campbells comments tonight. I'm been on location with Mark Barton from Nutrien. Firstly, welcome back, Barto.
Yep, thanks, mate. No, thanks for having me.
We're out and about in sunny Ballarat. It doesn't happen, does it?
No, well, this is 3 times, and the first time the sun's shone, I reckon, for me down here. So we tried a couple of times earlier in the year and late last year, and it was, typical Ballarat weather was what I would have said it was last time, but obviously not.
Louise Toulmin from Oakbank. You've got to wait till the microphone comes back to you before you keep talking, Mr. Barton, but that'll be okay. Oakbank Estate, but also harass the trotters. You wear a couple of hats. You don't have one on at the minute, which is a bit of a problem, but that's okay. We'll work around that bit. But beautiful day here, and you've been showing your draft of yearlings off to myself and Mark.
Yeah, so we've got the Oakbank 3 horses for the nutrient sale, along with Langstar. Langstar Bloodstock, or maybe Lang Bloodstock. I've got myself into trouble there. But yeah, got their 3 colts here as well.
Won't be the last time you and I get ourselves into trouble from those two, so it'll be right. They are 3 lovely trotters though, aren't they?
Yeah, lovely. 2 Father Patricks and a Muscle Mass. Both all out of race-winning mares. So yeah, highly credentialed mares and yeah, lovely types.
If anyone sees me screenshot save, that'll be 3 of those boys were actually the ones that were attacking me, which Louise kindly took a photo of while I was setting my cameras up. The nutrient sale, it's here for its 2nd year, Bardo. We've got, as I said, Louise wears another hat, which is the Harassed Trotters, and the commitment that Pat Driscoll and the team at Harassed Trotters and Yabby Dam Farms have committed is second to none. Yeah,
definitely. The thing I think you're seeing that reflect in the Melbourne catalogue. We've obviously got Sydney on the 20th of February, which is, predominantly a pacing sale, a handful of trotters in that one, but it wouldn't be far off 50-50, the catalogue in Melbourne this year, and just an outstanding run of horses we've seen over the last 3 days.
And the trotters, and one of the bits of feedback that we got the other day was from, I won't say who it was from, but basically they then want to honour back the commitment from Pat, so people are recognising that the commitment that Pat's given to Nutrien, but also this race series.
Look, what I've really enjoyed the last few days is we're at studs that are still foaling, so you're actually seeing the yearling will offer for sale in a few months' time, but then they say, I'll come and have a look at what's just been born out of the same mare, and then you'll see a number of clients that we've talked to, and they said, look, we actually looked at the Harassed Trotters draft of stallions that are on offer and said, look, we want to support their stud by trying to match some of our mares with what they've got in their stable, and I think that's exciting for me because I'm still learning the breeding, but where you see, we've gone this way with the foal that you're selling this year, but we've gone back this other way, and I think that's the other thing. There's such a great options available in the trotting gate now for people to select some fantastic, world-credentialed horses.
You've been in the sales arena, I suppose, is the right way to say, for a long time, Louise. The growth of the trotters and how they have kept growing, and you go back 10 years ago, someone said they wanted to have a real quality trotting sale, you'd laugh at them, but this year it's getting exciting. You've got 3 there that are lovely types, are going to would stand out in most sales, but this year it's going to be such a competitive sale because of the quality of trotters that have been born each and every year, and they keep getting better.
Yeah, that's right. It's not just, out at Yabby Dam Farms, those horses. Yes, we've got a large draft of 23, 24 trotting colts and fillies going through the sale, but there's lots of other farms that are coming through and have got really good quality stock, both type and bred, that are going to be sold as well. So it's across the board, and Pat's put his hand in his pocket and wants the trotting gate to and those progeny to have good money to race for, sort of thing. So because we do know that they're racing for in the Derby and the Oaks, the money is very low compared to their pacing compatriots, sort of thing. So but for a sales series, the money on offer buying out of Nutrien is excellent.
One of the things I love going around, and we're at Dean and Blanche pools, and probably not noted as trotting breeders, they're more pacing breeders. Yet they've got Just a Bit Touchy's mother, Gypsy Flair there. They've got one out of that's related to Alpha Male. They've got some beautifully bred trotters now. The people that are having the uptake in breeding trotters, that's what's actually lifting the bar as well.
Yeah, and the quality of our stallions. We've got more trotting stallions, I think, nearly on offer as pacing stallions. I know in New Zealand that is the case, that there's actually more trotting stallions on offer for New Zealand breeders than pacing stallions. So, and if you looked at the pool of actual mares in Australia, it's still significantly smaller than the pacing one. But I think that's definitely changing.
That helps all the way around. Because this fillies then become more valuable, especially if you've got the right bloodlines going through, and then it's a flow-on effect for these sales for years and years to come.
That's right, and I suppose this year, with the dominance of Love U's 2-year-olds this year, yes, he's had, a number of, progeny over the years sort of thing, but this is his first commercial crop of about 52 foals hit the ground. I think a couple of unfortunately deceased. So from about 50 yearlings that were born that are now 2-year-olds, he's just dominating. You just sort of, if they're not winning the races, they're placing, or they're by, a son of Love You. And, we're lucky out at Harada Trotters to have Classic Connection this year.
Yeah, and we will get onto those. But fortunately, I do Trots Vision and the likes, and I was doing, I think it was a lead up to Redwood, and you sent me a stat. There was about, 50 Love U's, I think, going. There was 48 2-year-olds, and I think for the day there was nearly 50 Love U's going around combined with the 2 and 3-year-olds.
Yeah, no, he just does a phenomenal job. Let's be honest, we all want one. Chris and Hayley were lucky to have a colt named Thunder born this year, and we unfortunately, our mare slipped, but she's back in foal to Love You. So we're hopeful for next year.
You said there before about Classic Connection. You've also got Always Ready and the much undermanned Use to Me, who actually had, was it the South Australian Derby winner on Saturday night in my Use to Me, which I want to say well done to all the connections there, but he does a great job. So you've got those three that are here on the ground. You've got On Solitaire on the ground in New Zealand, but Frozen Seaman, you've got heaps, and there's some exciting news for the Kiwis at the minute, especially in relation to Bold Eagle and being able to get some foals on the ground in New Zealand.
Yeah, look, we're really, really excited. It has been a very hectic and stressful 18 months, but Bold Eagle, what do we say? The eagle has landed. So, we got that semen into Australia probably about 6 weeks ago, and it's got into New Zealand last week and has been cleared. So it's actually been shipped out. The first lot was shipped out and picked up from our storage base in Auckland yesterday. So it's really, really exciting to have a horse of that quality available for the breeders.
Also with Bird Parker as well, though. And people were all raving about Sunday's Sun effort the other day in the Dominion Handicap. They've got to realise, I think Bird Parker still went another 2.5 seconds quicker than that, and that was a few years ago.
Yeah, so I think we've got an advert out at the moment, asking people who ran the fastest, 2 miles. Is it Lazarus? Is it Copy That? Or is it Bird Parker? And, it's Bird Parker.
And that's phenomenal. But the flip side of that, the runoff of that too, and I spoke to you a couple of times about it, I've forgotten his name. He ran second in it. He was a Rasta Trotters bred. What's his name? It's Mataderos. Ran second in there. The way the Trotters are developing and are just getting so much better right across the spread of Australia and New Zealand is so exciting. And I would imagine, we keep saying Rasta Trotters and Yabby Dam, Pat must love that.
Yeah, I think that's that's his I suppose what he wants to get out there. He wants the gate to improve and give breeders the access to the best bloodlines available at hopefully a price that's available to a great deal of people. But we've got Bold Eagle here now. Yes, he's our top price stallion. It's got very limited amounts of him, but you've got a horse like Tomoko, won 2 elite lops, and he's standing for $7,000 plus GST. It's still fairly competitive. Or Quaker Jet, just look at Revelstoke last night. She's a quality filly, and he stands for $5,500. So
We've also got a horse called Brilliantissimi that's had 2 horses to race in Australia. I love this stat, Barto. 2 horses to race in Australia, and both of the horses hold a track record. One at Yarra Valley, one at Maryborough. Yeah,
so you look, there's a plethora of choices out there, and probably in some respects it makes it even harder to have so many. If you had a couple, it'd probably be easy to book them all out. But there's a large selection, so it's up to the breeder to do their homework or contact us if they've got any questions.
But you and I we've had 2 days. You've actually had a third day because Monday you're checking out Northern Rivers, Alabar, and Tony Peacock's drafts as well. You've liked what you've seen so far?
Yeah, look, nothing beats having a great season and young horses being able to do it naturally in the paddock, and I think that's what we've seen. Like particularly the fillies, just doing it really easily. we're talking about it with a couple of people last night, just about horses in general, and the amount of people that just said, look, trainers love buying yearlings out of sales because of the extra work that's gone on them. Like, to go to any farm and see how well handled they are, that the manners they've got. Some of these horses are getting an early exposure to the box, or just some basic tuition, I suppose, for all of that foundation that makes it an easier pathway for a young horse to develop into the athletes that we're looking for. The other thing that's been really exciting is to see the improvement in the quality of our catalogue in Melbourne, where it's a great balance, but also hearing feedback from some of the people selling early, hoping to actually have some Sydney money to possibly bring down here and chase, particularly fillies, which is great to hear people looking to actually retain fillies to breed.
Yeah, and increase their breed, which is really exciting. It's a great way of actually being able to do it. You copped a little bit of flack because once you said you were going to go Melbourne, Sydney, you listened to some of the people and said, right, we're going to go split them up. But there is that spin-off effect that we've already had. One of the things that we want people to be aware of too is that there is so far, unless it's changed after yesterday, but there is actually going to be 5 A lots in this sales because of, unfortunately, people just, I suppose, misunderstanding where they were at and getting the wrong timing.
As you know, there's a lot of owners of horses have other third parties that help prep them, and sometimes it's, well, I thought you were putting the horse in, or they thought they were putting the horse in. So rather than miss those horses out, we've said, look, we'll A-lot them. They'll be alphabetically where they belong. And yeah, we will have, I think there's three in Melbourne, 2 in Sydney, that will be A-lots. But like I say, rather than close the book, we deliberately held off going to print with the catalogue until after last weekend's racing across the whole country, but in particular with the Breeders' Crown. And I think it was around 45 different page updates that created last weekend. So we've left it as late as we can, but with the main thing that we will have catalogues out before Christmas.
With Revelstoke winning last night, there's going to have to be another little red line go through it, Louise.
That's right.
That was a Group 3, I think, last night, was it?
Yeah, well, it's the Breeders' Crown Silver, so I don't know whether it's a 2 or a 3, but it's a $20,000 race, so it's probably a 3.
Yabby Dams, because that's not harassed trotters, having a good year, taking out the Breeders' Crown the other night, the crowning moment. Anton, a great achievement. It's the first horse to win the 2-year-old, 3-year-old and 4-year-old series of the Breeders' Crown ever, which is just an amazing effort.
Yeah, and look, she's a quality filly, isn't she, sort of thing, and to be able to do that and show she could do it as an early 2-year-old or late in the 2-year-old season, but, when she did that as a 2-year-old, of course, the Breeders' Crown was held in August, and then she's, backed up as a 3-year-old and now as a 4-year-old, so, she's got, I think, big plans with her for the next few seasons, but it'll be, exciting to breed one out of her.
I'm sure the one thing Pat would have enjoyed about it, you see sometimes these races and people carrying on, are we going to win or aren't we going to win? He could have sat back, lit himself up a cigarette, poured a scotch and waited for it to hit the line. She won that comfortably. He would have really enjoyed himself.
Yeah, and I actually think he was on track, actually, which was, it would have been good for him.
He doesn't smoke, just for the record. It was just one of those figurative things that I was just throwing out there. But we're going to keep going. We haven't had a look at the Harassed Trotters draft. We're going to have a look at that later on this afternoon. But Pat's not around. There's a bit going on, so we won't be probably doing any filming work from there. But we're going to go up and have a look at the Durham Park lot very shortly. Yeah,
no, look, a couple more places to go, and like I say, really enjoying weather that Ballarat's or the area's put on this time. So it's good to see, and it's good to see horses in this sort of weather too. They look better. And look, I think where we're at, I think it's going to be an exciting lead up to Sydney and Melbourne next year. But no, really look forward to getting back into Victoria after a fair stint of COVID, lockdown where we couldn't get over the border. So it's good to get back.
I might have to come to New South Wales shortly too. There'll be some of the guys up in New South Wales will want me to have a chat. You had a wry grin just then.
Oh, well, I just heard the foaling alarm go off. So, and I just wanted to, just let you know that, Mark, this is actually more the norm for Ballarat than...
Is not. Now, if anyone wants to get in touch with you at Harassed Trotters to look at the horses, it is Louise at harassedtrotters.com.au is your email address, or contact the farm through the phone numbers. Yep. If they want to contact you here to have a look at the Oakbank draft.
Yep, so just, my mobile number is, plastered everywhere for Harassed Trotters and on Oakbank Facebook page and website. So, if anybody's interested in, looking at any of these horses or contact Chris and Hayley to have a look at theirs, we're all here and, hopefully look forward to a good sales series coming up. Inspections are welcome? Inspections always welcome.
Thank you very much. This has been a rough on loose lines because I can't do it on the time because of just things going on. But thank you very much, guys, and we'll get going, Barto.
Sounds good, mate. Thank you. We'll talk to you again.